Hello student, I am your maths teacher Lakhan sir from Science Academy Dau. In today's lecture, we are going to start the most important point of our chapter, that is fundamental theorem of arithmetic. So fundamental theorem of arithmetic is nothing but, in simple language, factorization. That is fundamental theorem of arithmetic. In short, it is also known as factorization of numbers. So what fundamental theorem of arithmetic states? Every number or every composite number can be expressed or factorized. Every composite number can be factorized or expressed as product of prime numbers. Product of prime numbers in a unique way. This is what fundamental theorem of arithmetic. So fundamental theorem of arithmetic is nothing but the factorization. So every composite number can be factorized or expressed as product of prime numbers in a unique way. So first of all, what is composite numbers? So composite number, for example, here 4 is a composite number. Why? Because it can be divisible by other than 1 or itself. So prime number means what? Prime numbers means which are divisible by only 1 or itself. Therefore, it is known as prime numbers. So composite number means what? It can be divisible by other than 1 or itself. So it is called as a composite numbers. So every composite number can be expressed as or factorized as product of prime numbers. For example, find the prime factors of 196. So prime factorization of 196. So here 196 is the even number. So it can be divisible by 2. So 2 multiplied by 2 9s are 18, 2 8s are 16. So 98 can be also factorized as 2 into 49. Here 49 can be also factorized as 7 into 7. So here the factors of 196, that is 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 7. So all the numbers are prime numbers. Here 2 and 7 both are prime numbers. So it can also be written in terms of powers, that is 2 raised to 2. Why? Here 2 comes 2 times, that is 2 raised to 2 multiplied by 7 also comes 2 times, so 7 raised to 2. So this is the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. So every number can be expressed or factorized as product of prime numbers in a unique way. Here the order of prime numbers is not necessary. We can also it express as, for example, 196. We can also divide by 7. So 7 2s are 14. 7 2s are 14, remaining 5. 7 8s are 56. So 28 multiplied by 7. So 28 can also be factorized as 7 multiplied by 4. So here we get 7 multiplied by 7. Now 4 can be also factorized as 2 multiplied by 2. So here we get 7 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2. So the order is not important for prime factorization. So order can also be written as 2 into 2 into 7 into 7 or 7 into 7 into 2 into 2. So order is not important in prime factorization. So this is the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Now the most important point is applications of fundamental theorem. So fundamental theorem has two main applications. First one is to prove irrationality of number. To prove irrationality of numbers, for example, to prove under root 2 is irrational, under root 3 is irrational, under root 5 is irrational, under root 7 is irrationality, we use fundamental theorem of arithmetic. And the second most application is the decimal expansion of rational number. Decimal expansion of rational number may be terminating or non-terminating recurring. Recurring means repeating. So to decide the decimal expansion of rational number, it may be terminating or non-terminating recurring. For that, we also use the fundamental theorem of arithmetic, that is the fact. These are the two main applications of fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Now we are going to see how to find the SCF and LCM of two positive integers as well as SCF and LCM of three positive integers. For that, let's see some relations between LCM and SCF. So first of all, SCF and LCM of two positive integers, that is A and B. So first relation is to find the SCF of two numbers, that is SCF of A and B is equals to product of two numbers divided by LCM of A and B. That means to find the SCF of two numbers, we require two things, that is product of two given numbers divided by LCM of two numbers. Next one is vice versa, to find the LCM of two numbers, that is LCM of A and B is equals to product of two numbers divided by SCF of A and B. So first of all, we should know how to find the LCM and the SCF of two numbers. And third relation is product of two numbers is equals to LCM of two numbers, that is LCM of A and B multiplied by SCF of A and B. That is LCM of two numbers multiply SCF of two numbers, then we get the product of two given numbers. These are the three relations for to find the LCM and SCF of two positive integers. And how to find SCF and LCM of three positive integers. Three positive integers A, B and C. So first relation is to find the LCM of three numbers, that is LCM of A, B, C is equals to product of three numbers, that is A multiplied by B multiplied by C multiplied by SCF of three numbers divided by SCF of AB multiplied by SCF of BC multiplied by SCF of AC. This is the first relation and this is the first formula to find the LCM of three numbers, that is product of three given numbers A multiplied by B multiplied by C multiplied by SCF of three positive integers divided by SCF of AB multiplied by SCF of BC multiplied by SCF of AC. And the second is to find the SCF of three numbers, that is A, B, C is equals to product of three given numbers, that is a multiplied by b multiplied by c multiplied by LCM of three numbers, that is a b c, divided by LCM of ab multiplied by LCM of bc multiplied by LCM of ac. These are the two another relations to find the SCF and the LCM of three positive integers. So see it properly and note it down. Now we are finding, we learn how to find the LCM and the SCF of two numbers or three positive integers. So let's take one example to find the SCF and the LCM of two positive integers by using fundamental theorem of arithmetic. The first example is find SCF and LCM of 6 and 20 by prime factorization method. Okay, so first find the prime factors of 6 and 20. So the prime factors of 6 are 2 multiplied by 3 and the prime factors of 20 are 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 5. To find SCF of two positive integers, that is SCF of 6 and 20, we are already finding the prime factors of 6 and 20. So the common numbers in both prime factors is the SCF. So which number is the common in both? That is 2. So 2 is the SCF of given two positive integers, and to find the LCM of two numbers, write down the common part once, that is in both the numbers common 2 is the common number, and write down the remaining numbers, that is 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 5 and multiply it, and this is the LCM of two positive integers. So 2 3s are 6, 6 2s are 12, 12 5s are 60. So 60 is the LCM of 6 and 20, and highest common factor of 6 and 20 is 2. We are going to see how to find the SCF and the LCM of three positive integers. So the example is find the SCF and the LCM of 6, 72 and 120. So first of all find the prime factors of 6, 72 and 120. So the prime factors of 6 is 2 multiplied by 3. Now find the prime factors of 72. So the prime factors of 72 is equals to 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3. 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8, 8 is a 24, 24 to the 72. And now find the prime factors of 120. So the 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3, that is 24 multiplied by 5, it is 120. Now to find the SCF of two numbers or three numbers, we write the greatest or the smallest powers involved in the prime factors, that is or common factors, smallest power, that is 2 3 3 3, or it can be also written as 2 raised to 1 multiplied by 3 raised to 1. Here 2 raised to 3 multiplied by 3 raised to 2 in terms of powers, and here 2 raised to 3 multiplied by 3 raised to 1 into 5 raised to 1. So the SCF of two numbers or three numbers involves smallest power with common factors. Which are the common factors? Smallest for 1, that is 2, and for 3 smallest power is 1. So 2 multiplied by 3, that is 6. So the SCF of three numbers 6, 72 and 120 is 6. Now to find the LCM of 6, 72 and 120, to find the LCM, write down the product of the greatest power, product of greatest powers of prime factors involved in prime involved in numbers. Product of greatest powers of prime factors involved in numbers. So here the prime factors are 2, 3 and 5. So write down there the greatest power. So greatest power of 2 is nothing but 3, that is 2 raised to 3. Now write down the greatest power of 3, that is 3 raised to 2, and the greatest power of 5 is only 5 raised to 1. So multiply it. So 2 raised to 3 is 8. 8 multiplied by 9, 72. 72 multiplied by 5, that is 360. So 360 is the LCM of three given positive integers. So to find the SCF of two numbers or three numbers, write product of smallest powers of common factors involves in the prime factors, and to find the LCM of two numbers or three numbers, write down the product of greatest powers of prime factors involving number. So here to find the LCM of 6, 72 and 120, so here prime factors involves 2, 3 and 5. So write down there the greatest power. So for 2 their greatest power is 3. So here 2 raised to 3. For 3 their highest power is 2. So we write here 3 raised to 2, and for 5 their highest power is 1. So multiply it and we get 360. So 360 is the LCM of three positive integers. So this is the two examples to find the SCF and the LCM of two positive integers as well as three positive integers. Now we are going to start our second practice set, that is 1.2, which is based on fundamental theorem of arithmetic. So the first question is for practice set. First question is practice set 1.2. Question number first is express each number as a product of prime factor, product of its prime factors. Express each number as product of its prime factors. We are given one single number and we have to just factorize it, that is in terms of prime number. So the first number is 140, second number is 150. So how to express the given number in prime factors is 140. So factorize, simply factorize it. So 140 is the even number, so divide by 2. So 2 into 70. Now 70 is also even number. So factorize is, that is 2 multiplied by 35. Here 35 is the odd number, but its unit place digit is 5. So divide by 5. So we get 5 multiplied by 7. These are the prime factors of 140, that is 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 7. Now write in terms of powers also. Here 2 comes 2 times, so we write it as 2 raised to 2 multiplied by 5 raised to 1 multiplied by 7 raised to 1. This is the expressions of numbers in terms of prime product of prime factors. Now second number is 156. So here 156 is the even number, so divide by 2, so we get 2 7s and 2 8s, that is 78. Here also 78 is the even number, so divided by 2, so we get 39. So 39 is the odd number and it can also divided by 3. So 3 multiplied by 13 is the prime number, so it cannot be further divided. So we get the prime factors of 156 as 2 into 2 into 3 into 13. So it can also be written as 2 raised to 2 multiplied by 3 raised to 1 multiplied by 13 raised to So all these numbers can be expressed as product of its prime factors. So the remaining questions, that is 300 and 3825, 5005 and 7429, can also be expressed as product of its prime factorization. Now the last example we take, that is 7429, and remaining two examples are for practice purpose. The prime factors of 7429 can be expressed as product of its prime factors. That is, find the factors of 7429. So here 7429 is divisible by 17. So 17 4s are 68, remainder 6, the next number is 2, 62, 17 3s are 51, so remainder is 11 and last digit is 9. So 17 sevens are, we get 119. Now divided by 19, 19 twos are 38, remainder 5, last digit is 7, so we get 57. So 19 threes are, and 23 number is itself a prime number, so 23 ones are 23. So we get the product of prime factors of 7429 is 17 multiplied by 19 multiplied by 23. So these are the prime factors of 7429. So remaining two numbers are for homework. Now question number 2 is, find the LCM and the SCF of two numbers, that is, for question number 2 is find the LCM and SCF for following pair of integers, and I'll verify that LCM multiplied by SCF is equals to product of two numbers. Now the first question for question number 2 is, find the SCF and the LCM of given two numbers, that is for 26 and 91. Second is 510 and 92, and third one is 336 and 54. So these are the three questions in question number 2. For all three questions, we have to find the LCM and the SCF, and after finding the LCM and the SCF, we have to show that LCM of two numbers multiplied by SCF of two numbers is equals to product of two numbers. First of all, let's take first example, that is 26 and 19. So first of all, find SCF and LCM. To find SCF and LCM, first find prime factors of 26 and 91. So prime factors of 26 is 2 multiplied by 13, and prime factors of 91 is equals to 7 multiplied by 30. 13 7s are 91. Now we get the prime factors of 26 as well as 99. Now find the SCF. So to find the SCF of two numbers, that is 26 and 91, write the product of smallest powers of common factors. So common factor is 13 and the smallest power is 13. So 13 is the SCF of 26 and 91. Now, and to find the LCM, that is for 26 and 91, write down the product of the greatest powers of prime factors involved in the number. So the greatest power are, here is 1, here also 1. For 2 1 and for 7 also 1, that is 2 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 30. Okay, so multiply it and write down. So 2 7s are 14 and 14 multiplied by 13. 14 multiplied by 13 is 13 4s are 52, carry 5, 13 1s are 13 plus 5 80. That is 182 is the LCM of two numbers. Now we have to verify that product of two given numbers is equals to LCM multiplied by the LCM. For that verification, first of all, product of two given numbers. So given numbers are 26 and 91. So 26 ones are 26, carry 2. 26 nines are, that is 9 6 are 54, carry 4. 9 to the 18 plus 20, that is 225. 26 44, that is 18 plus 20, that is 234. 234 plus 2, 236. So product of two given numbers 26 and 91 is 2366. Now find the product of LCM and SCF. So LCM multiplied by SCF is equals to, so LCM is 182 and SCF is 13. So 182 multiplied by 13. So 13 2s are 26, carry 2. 13 8s are 104 plus 4 plus 2 106, carry 10. 13 ones are 13 plus 10 23. So here we have to verify that product of two numbers is equals to LCM into SCF of given two positive integers. Similarly, follow the same procedure for remaining two questions. So these two questions are also for homework purpose. Now, in question number 3 is find the SCF and the LCM of following integers. In question number 3 also we have to find the SCF and the LCM of given integers. So let's take one example, how to find the LCM and the SCF of three positive integers. So find LCM and SCF of given integers. So first sub question is find the LCM and SCF of 12, 15 and 21. To find the SCF and the LCM, first find the prime factors of 12, 15 and 21. So prime factors of 12 is 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3. Prime factors of 15 is equals to 3 multiplied by 5, and prime factors of 21 is equals to 3 multiplied by 7. Now to find the SCF. So SCF of three numbers, that is 12, 15 and 21. Write down the product of the smallest powers of common factors. So which one is the common factor? 3 is the only common factors and their smallest power is 1, that is 3 raised to 1. So we get SCF of three numbers, that is 12, 15 and 21 is 3, and to find LCM of 12, 15 and 21, write down the product of the greatest powers of each numbers involving prime factors. So in prime factorization of 12, 15 and 21, 2, 3, 5 and 7 are involved. So write down there the greatest power. So it can also be written as 2 raised to 2 multiplied by 3. In 3 raised to 5, 3 raised to 1 into 5 raised to 1. And here 3 raised to 1 into 7 raised to 1. So the greatest power is 2. For 2 is 2, so 2 raised to 2. For greatest power of 3 is 1, so 3 raised to 1. And greatest power is 5, that is 5, and greatest power is 7 is 7, that is 1. So multiply it. 2 square 4, 4 3 is 12, 12 5 is 60, 67 is 420. So the LCM for 12, 15 and 21 is 420. So this is what, how to find the LCM and SCF of given integer. Or we can also find it LCM and SCF by using relations. We are already seeing how to find the LCM and the SCF of three positive integers. So the relations is, to find LCM, relation is product of given numbers, that is A multiplied by B multiplied by C, and the SCF of A, B, C divided by SCF of AB multiplied by SCF of BC multiplied by SCF of AC. And we can also find the SCF of three numbers is equals to product of three numbers multiplied by the LCM of three numbers divided by LCM of AB, LCM of BC, and LCM of AC. We can also use these relations to find LCM and the SCF for three positive integers. For next two questions, we can use LCM of these two relations to find the SCF and LCM. Now, the question number 4 is given that SCF of 306 and 657 is 9, and find the LCM of 306 and 657. So for question number 4, given that SCF of two numbers, that is 306 and 657 is 9, then find LCM for 306 and 657. Here we are given the SCF, and now we have to find the LCM. So we can find the LCM by using the relation of LCM to find two positive integers. So to find the LCM of two positive integers by using relation, so relation is LCM of two numbers is equals to product of two numbers divided by SCF of two numbers. By this relation, we can find the LCM of two numbers. So product of two numbers, that is two numbers are 306 multiplied by 657 divided by the SCF. So the SCF of two number is 9. So 9. Now divide by 9. 9 3s are 27. Remainder is 3. Next digit is 6. So 9 4s are 36. So multiply 34 multiply by 657 and we get the LCM of 306 and 657. So the multiplication is 657 multiplied by 34. 4 7s are 28, carry 2, 5 4 the 20 plus 22, carry 2, 6 4 the 24 plus 26. So 3 7s are 21, carry 2, 3 5s are 15 plus 2 17, carry 1, 18 plus 1 19. Add it 8 3 3, carry 2, carry 1, that is 22,338 is the LCM of given numbers, two numbers, that is 306 and 650. So this is what, how to find the LCM of two numbers if SCF of two numbers are given by using relation. LCM of two numbers is equals to product of two numbers divided by SCF of two numbers. Now, the question number 5 is, it is very easy. Check whether 6 raised to n can ends with the digit 0 for any natural number n. Question number 5 is, check whether 6 raised to n can end with the digit 0 for any natural number n. Question is, check whether 6 raised to n can end with the digit 0 for any natural number n. So n means what? Natural numbers. Natural number starts with 1. So value of n is natural number. So check whether 6 raised to n can end with the digit 0. Suppose any digit which are ends with 0, that means it is divisible by 10. Okay, any digit, for example, let's take 200. So 200 ends with the digit 0, that means it can be divisible by 10, right? So we get 20. That means the prime factors of 10 involves 2 and 5. So any number which are any number which can be ends with the digit 0, which are divisible by 10, that is 10 is equals to 2 and 5. So the 10 involves two prime factors, that is 2 and 5. That means if 6 raised to n can end with the digit 0, so the prime factorization of 6 can also involve prime factors as 2 and 5. But in the prime factorization of 6, it involves only two numbers, that is 2 and 3. That means 5 is not involved in the prime factorization of 6. So any digit cannot be end with the 0 for any natural number n. For example, so any digit any number end with 0 can be divisible by 10, that is 2 into 5. So in prime factorization of 6, involves two and 3. That means 5 is not involved in prime factorization of 6. That means 5 is not divisible by 6 raised to n. So 6 raised to n cannot end with the digit 0, cannot end with the digit 0 for any natural numbers. I again explain. Here question is, check whether 6 raised to n can end with the digit 0 for any natural number n. n represents natural number. So suppose we take 6 raised to 2, we get 36. Okay, can end with the digit 0. If any numbers which can be end with the 0, that means it is divisible by 10. कोणत्याही नंबरच्या युनिट प्लेसला जर 0 असेल तर तो नंबर 10 ने डिवाइड होतो, राईट. So the prime factorization of 10 involves two prime factors, that is 2 and 5. Okay, that means 2 and 5 both are the factors of numbers which are divisible by and which are ends with the digit 0, right? Here in prime factorization of 6, because 6 raised to n, so the prime factorization 6 involves only two factors, that is 2 and 3. That means 5 is not involved in the prime factorization of 6 raised to n. That means what? That means 5 is not divisible by 6 raised to n. And just 6 raised to any number, take any natural number here for n. So 5 is not divisible for that. And if 5 is not divisible, that means 6 raised to n cannot end with the digit 0 for any natural number. Why? Because if any numbers which are ends with 0, then it can be divisible by 10. That means it involves two prime factorization number, that is 2 and 5. So in the prime factorization of 6, 5 is not involved. That means 5 is not divisible by 6 raised to n. So 6 raised to n cannot end with the digit 0 for any natural number. Okay. Now the question number 6, that is second last question, is explain why 7 into 11 into 13 plus 30 and 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 1 plus 5 are composite numbers. Question number 6 is explain why 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13 and 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus 5 are composite numbers. We have to identify that why these two numbers are composite. First of all, what is composite numbers? So composite numbers involves factors other than one or itself. It is called composite number. And prime number means what? Factors, that is any number which are divisible by only itself or one. Composite number means factors other than one or itself. म्हणजे एक आणि स्वतः सोडून दुसरा जो का फॅक्टर असेल त्याला म्हणतो आपण composite number. So we have to check why 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13. Okay. So here only two terms, that is 7 into 11 into 13 and 13. In both the terms 13 is the common. After taking 13 as a common, we get 7 into 11 into 1 plus 1, that is 13 multiplied 11 7 are 77 plus 1 78. So here for the given numbers there are two factors, that is 13 and 78. So for the given numbers two factors are there other than one or itself, therefore the given number is a composite number. 78 can also be factorized as 13 6, that is 6 and 13 are the two factors other than one or itself. So here 13 and 78 are two factors other than one or itself, therefore given number is a composite number. and the second is 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus 5 is equals to, here also two terms, and from both the terms 5 is the common. So after taking 5 as a common, we get 7 into 6 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus 1 common gets answer. So we get 5 multiplied by 6 was a 24, 24 3 is a 72, 72 is a 144. So 144 multiplied by 7, 7 4 is a 28, carry 2, 28 plus 2, 30, 7 1 that is 10, that is 100 and, sorry, 1009. So here also 5 and 1009 are the two factors other than 1 or itself. So 1009 can also be factorized as 7 multiplied by 145. So here 5 and 1009 are two factors other than 1 or itself. Therefore, given number is a composite number. Composite numbers so when it has two factors other than 1 or itself. So for the given numbers 5 into 1009, and 1009 can also be factorized as 7 into 145. So 5 and 1009 are the two factors other than 1 or itself. So the given numbers are the composite numbers. Now the last question of practice set 1.2 is, there is a circular path around a sports field. Sonia takes 18 minutes to drive one round of the field, while Ravi takes 12 minutes for the same. Suppose they both start at the same point and the same time, go in the same direction. After how many minutes will they meet again at the starting point? Okay. The question is, there is one circular path around a sports field. Sonia takes 18 minutes and Ravi takes 12 minutes. That means Ravi takes lesser time than Sonia. Suppose they both start at the same point and at the same time and go in the same direction. After how many minutes will they meet again at the starting point? As Ravi is taking lesser time than Sonia for completing one round around a circular path. So the total time taken by Sonia and Ravi is the LCM of time taken by Sonia and Ravi. So to find total time or how many minutes they will meet again at the starting point, we have to find the LCM of 18 minutes and 12 minutes. For that, as Ravi takes lesser time than Sonia to complete one round around a circular path. Around a circular path. As they are going in same direction, they will meet again at the same time when Ravi is completed Ravi is completed one round of circular path with respect to Sonia. Therefore, total time taken by completing one round is LCM of time taken by Sonia and Ravi. So to find LCM of 18 minutes and 12 minutes. So 18. So the prime factors of 18 involves 2 into 3 into 3, and prime factorization of 12 minutes involves 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3. Now to find the LCM of 18 and 12, write down the product of the greatest powers of prime factors involved in the number. So the prime factors of 18 can be represented as 2 raised to 1 into 3 raised to 2, and prime factorization of 12 involves 2 raised to 2 multiplied by 3. So the prime factorization of 18 and 12 involves 2 and 3. So for LCM, write down here the greatest power. So for 2, the greatest power is 2, so 2 raised to 2. For 3, the greatest power is 2. So here we get 2 to the 4, 3 raised to 2, 9, so 9 for the 36. So after 36 minutes, they will meet again at the starting point. Therefore, after 36 minutes, they will meet at the starting point. So to find after how many minutes will they meet again at the starting point, for that we have to find the LCM of 18 minutes and 12 minutes. In question number 6, make one correction, that is check whether or explain why. Question is explain why 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13 is composite number, and 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus 5 is also composite number. For that, first one, 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13. From both the terms, we get 13 as a common. We get 7 multiplied by 11 into 1 plus 1. After taking 13 as a common, we get 7 into 11 into plus 1 plus 1. So we get 13 multiplied by 78. So here the factors of 78 as, that means 78 can be factorized as 13 into 6. So this factorization involves two numbers, that is 6 and 13. So 6 and 13 are two factors of given number other than 1 or itself. That's why 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13 is a composite numbers. Okay, so composite numbers means prime factorizations involves factors other than 1 or itself. So the for given number 6 and 13 are the two factors other than 1 or itself. And for another number, that is 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus 5, from both the terms we get 5 as a common, and we get 7 into 6 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus 1. So we get 5 into, here after multiplying it we get 1008 plus 1 1009. So here 1009 cannot be factorized further. त्याला आपण परत फॅक्टराइज करू शकत नाही. सो इट इन्व्हॉल्व्स टू फॅक्टर, दॅट इज 5 and 1009 are two factors other than 1 or itself. So given number is also composite numbers. Now we are completing the second practice set, that is 1.2, and also two more most important point of chapter, that is fundamental theorem of arithmetic and Euclid's division lemma. In the next lecture we are going to start the third point, that is proof of irrationality and revisiting the rational numbers. And most important, stay home, stay safe, and keep practicing.